This is an official message from the Central Student Safety Office. Please listen carefully and do not leave your seat. This message is for students only. The department has noticed unusual behavior in classrooms, and it is very important that you follow these instructions exactly. If you are sitting in a classroom right now, look around carefully, but do not make eye contact with anyone for longer than 3 seconds. Do not speak to anyone about what you see. Even small changes in behavior are important and must be reported quietly. The safety of every student depends on your attention and calmness. Watch carefully. Do not try to touch, approach, or speak to anyone acting differently. Focus on small details, such as how someone sits, moves, or reacts, because these may signal unusual changes. Students, some of your classmates may start showing strange behaviors. They may blink very rarely, sit completely still, or repeat answers exactly the same way every time they are asked. Pay attention quietly. These behaviors may appear slow at first, but they can be important signs. Even small things like always facing the board or keeping perfect posture matter. Remember, do not confront them. Instead, report what you see using Form S-13, a small blue paper kept in your teacher's drawer. Submit it quietly so teachers can review it. Even a tiny detail, like how a pencil is held or how shoes touch the floor, can be important. Follow these instructions carefully. Some behaviors are subtle but unusual. Students may never blink, keep perfectly still, or repeat the same answer over and over. They may always face the front of the classroom, sit with perfect posture, and never react to jokes, even if they are funny. Other small details may appear strange. They move only when no one is looking, and their backpacks may always stay in exactly the same place. Their chairs never squeak or move slightly, as normal chairs do. Even their shadows may look odd, frozen for a moment longer than they should. If you notice any of these behaviors, do not speak to them or try to touch them. Instead, quietly fill out Form S-13 and leave it where the teacher can see. Every observation, no matter how small, is important. Pay attention to minor changes. Their eyes may look empty, their smiles may appear faintly wrong, and even their voices may sound slightly quieter or more controlled than normal. These are small signs, but they indicate something is different. Stay calm, watch carefully, and do not make sudden movements. This unusual behavior began with one teacher last Tuesday. She experienced what officials call a behavioral freeze. For 72 hours, she reportedly did not blink at all. Students first thought it was a joke or challenge, but it was not. Her eyes appeared empty and shadows around them looked strange. Even though she continued teaching, students could feel that something was different. One student stared too long, and after that, changes began slowly. The first student affected started showing unusual habits. He answered questions before they were asked, kept his backpack perfectly organized, and responded to roll call before his name was called. His steps in the classroom were slow and deliberate, as if he was counting each one carefully. By the end of the day, other subtle changes appeared. He always smiled at the right moments, but his smile never seemed directed at anyone. These small, gradual changes increased the unease. Even something as simple as the way he wrote on the board seemed unnatural. His handwriting stayed neat and identical, even when he was copying complex notes quickly. Every small detail made it clear that something had changed, but the students were instructed to remain calm and quietly report any observations. Yesterday, 3 more students stopped blinking. Teachers whispered quietly in the halls, administrators checked classrooms without being noticed, and the loudspeakers seemed to play announcements longer than normal. Other subtle behaviors appeared. Desks were perfectly arranged, shoes had no dust, and students sat in exactly the same position throughout the lesson. Movements were slow and only occurred when no one was watching. Even small gestures, like picking up a pencil or adjusting a notebook, appeared mechanical and controlled. Students are reminded this is not a virus or a prank. These are behavioral anomalies with unknown visual triggers. Even small changes, like the tilt of a head, the placement of a hand, or how shadows move, may indicate someone is affected. Observe quietly. Do not touch, speak to, or confront anyone who appears unusual. Every detail matters. Follow Form S13 instructions and stay calm. Even subtle hints like how a student moves, smiles, or sits can provide important information. Even though these students seem strange, they continue some normal behaviors. They may laugh at jokes, turn in homework, or respond when their name is called. But there is something slightly off. Their laughter is too even, their homework always perfectly completed, and their answers sound exactly correct every time. Small details break the illusion. Handwriting changes slightly every day, but it is always neat. They never make pencil mistakes. They never say words like I'm, don't, or can't. Their clothes and hair remain perfect, as if nothing moves naturally. These are called integration errors. Something inside them has changed, but they are not aware. They may look human, but their actions are too exact, too controlled. Observing them closely is important. Every little movement, or lack of movement, may show who is affected. Students, focus quietly. Do not stare, do not speak, and do not react. Pay attention to these small signs. Even a subtle pause, a slow blink, or the way someone holds a pencil can tell you something important. To stay safe, follow these rules exactly. Never make eye contact with anyone for more than 10 seconds. Even if someone smiles or offers help, look away and continue your work quietly. If a deskmate gives you a note in red ink, do not read it. Leave it untouched. Some notes may seem friendly or normal, but reading them can create confusion or mistakes. If a student offers help in a quiet or strange tone, decline silently. Do not ask questions. Even small movements can be noticed, so stay calm and quiet. Pay attention to backpacks. If one is always empty or neatly arranged, do not ask why. Do not touch or investigate. It may seem normal, but every detail matters. Shadows can also be unusual. If someone's shadow appears too still or moves oddly, do not check it again. Shadows may seem like a person, but they can show unusual changes if you disturb them. If a deskmate has not blinked since this broadcast began, it may already be too late. Stay calm. Follow the rules. Observe quietly. Do not panic or draw attention. This message may repeat every hour. Other classrooms may hear it, and some students may start showing unusual behaviors quietly. Be aware, they may notice when announcements or radios are on. Students affected by these changes may sit completely still or slowly turn their heads toward the sound. Even small differences in movement can be observed. Do not act differently because you think they are watching. They notice small changes in your behavior. Move slowly, keep calm, and stay consistent. Even minor mistakes may draw attention, so remain steady. Every small action matters. Quiet observation and calm behavior are your best tools. Focus on subtle details, and remember the rules you have been given. Do not test them or try to interact. Students, this is the final part of the broadcast. Stay inside, remain calm, and continue to follow all instructions. Keep your eyes moving, but do not stare too long at anyone near you. If someone nearby has not blinked since the start of the message, it may already be too late. Do not panic. Follow safety rules quietly. Watch carefully. Every small detail can matter. Your attention and calmness are your protection. Stay steady and follow instructions until the broadcast ends. End of transmission.